are so glad that you're joining us. My name is Janet. Together with me are my very good friends, Amy and TJ from the WMC Book Club. To give you a little context, kasi medyo matagal kaming nawala, we are a small circle of financial advisors, all alumni of the Wealth Management Center, and have been close friends for the past 4 years.
Oh my God. 4 years, but it feels like 10 years.
It feels like a lifetime. Today, we are diving into a book that has been sparking conversations all over the world. The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. As financial advisors, our days are usually spent listening to the needs of others and managing the external noise of a very loud industry. As mothers, whether married or navigating life as a single parent, we are often the fixers of everyone else's problems. Relate?
Yes.
Relate?
Super really.
Now, what we did was we condensed Mel's 18 chapters into 4 specific heart-to-heart movements. Our goal for this session is simple. We want to move away from the noise of the world and our clients and move towards the quiet, grounded strength that exists within ourselves. We're going to explore how to stop controlling the uncontrollable.
Yes.
Napatingin ako kay Amy. Yan. How to set boundaries with love and how to finally say, let me, to the things that matter to us. So, to my dear friends here in the room and to those of you watching on YouTube, let's keep this vibe warm, relaxed, and strictly from the heart. And so, our first movement is about reclaiming your peace, which I gathered from chapters 1, 3, and 6. The focus from these 3 chapters is letting go of the emotional contractor role. Napatingin ulit ako sa iyo. As financial advisors and mothers, you are often the fixer of everyone's stress, clients' anxieties, children's moods, or family expectations. This movement is about resigning from the job of managing other people's emotions. Now, the quote that I got from Mel is, you're not in charge of how people feel about your boundaries. You're in charge of protecting your peace. Yan. Ngayon, ito ang pag-uusapan natin. In our Pinay culture, we are often raised to be emotionally convenient. Yan. Parang readily available for everybody, diba? To smooth things over and keep the peace. Think of a situation, whether it's with a client, a child, or a relative, where you felt the urge to fix their mood or apologize for a boundary you set. Now, the question after finding that particular situation is, what would happen if you simply let them be upset or disappointed, and instead use that energy to stay grounded in your own truth? I hope hindi na ako. Mauuna si Amy.
Well, for specific, there are a lot of situations in my life, personal, friendships, and client-based, that I'm supposed to let them, but I try to control. Simply because I thought that fixing things will make it work or will solve the problem. For a particular, one particular is that maybe in the family with my siblings, when I try to fix the problems of my brother. So when you say try to fix, is that you're solving their problems even if they are not asking for help. And when you say not asking for help is before the problem arises, you have already given a solution, provided financial help, or stepped in to do it for him, like that. And what happened is that sometimes when you rescue, this is what I've learned upon reading this, when you rescue people prematurely, they fail to learn their lessons.
I love that. When you rescue people prematurely, kumbaga ang ibig sabihin, kailangan handalan sila to be rescued.
Yeah. And of course, if they are not asking for help, it seems that you are intervening.
Parang nakikialam ka.
Yeah, you are pakialamera. And of course, if you feel because you step out there and they didn't suffer the consequence of their action because you intervene because you saved them prematurely, they didn't learn their lesson. So if you didn't let them experience the failure, if you didn't let them experience the consequence of their action, they will never learn. So right now, setting boundaries, it's not because you don't care. It's because you're coming from a space that you have to let them so that they can learn their own lesson. And with that, I also relieve myself of the stress of having anxiety to help them. Because sometimes you feel that their problem is your problem, but no, Achi's already always saying to me that you already have a plate on your own. And if you keep on piling the plates for other people, you keep on adding up the things that is not really for you, if you're just letting yourself drown. So that for me is just not only for my family, but also for the friends that I care for. You care too much that you step in. So you just have to step back. And when you say you let them, it doesn't mean that you don't care, you don't love. It's just saying that, okay, for now, I want you to learn your lesson. And when you learn your lesson, it will be good for you. It will be good for me because I didn't stress about it, but more so, it will be good for you because you learned your lesson. And I think that will make you mature and grow. So, yeah. This book is really good, and this book is like a validation of what I'm actually doing right now. So I'm letting them be without expectation, letting them, and then I'm letting me react as what I want to react. I am not saying that I'm letting you be like that and I'm okay with it. No, I'm not okay. So I'm letting me feel what I am supposed to feel, but I am not expecting anything from you. That's what this book taught me, that you have to let them be and then let you feel what you want to feel for them, like that.
Kumbaga, be honest with yourself. Yung raw emotions mo, yung kung ano yung talagang nararamdaman mo, at least na ilalabas mo rin.
Yeah, no filter.
No filter.
Why do you need to filter your anger? Diba? I mean, it will not change anything, but it will release your stress. Diba? If you keep on, if you keep on succumbing to be sorry for yourself, you cannot express yourself, you're doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you do bad things to me, I'll let them do you, but I also let myself feel bad, and then when I say I let me feel bad, I release it already. Instead of me magrereklamo ako because you make me feel bad. I will not, but I will feel bad right now, and then let it be. That's what I do right now.
Ayan. Sagot sa isang tanong. Medyo mabigat na. So, asahan nyo marami pa. So, stay tuned. How about you, TJ?
It's funny now that we're talking about this. You made mention actually at the beginning that we want to keep the peace, right? That's why we want to let them. We want to let me. The problem though, a lot of the times we always come from a place that we want to provide solutions right away. Kasi kapag yung feeling ba natin na kapag you don't intervene, kapag hindi ka nag-provide, tatagal. Parang we feel like it's a waste of time. Pwede namang ganito na lang dapat eh. Parang nga, without us realizing na teka, yung peace ko, nadi-disrupt na din. Your question, if you have to think of a certain situation, whether it be with family relationships, failure, or business, I think in general, we've really been in that position na we always want to provide a solution. Because, number one, we're a daughter. We want to provide solution for our parents, for our brothers. We're financial advisors. We want to provide solution to our clients. We're friends. We want to provide a solution to our friends. Kaya lang, nauuna na tayo. Kasi
Inuunahan natin.
Oo, kasi nga parang tayo, hindi ko alam, nagmamadali ba tayo? We feel like kasi pag ganito lang kasi yan, ganito na lang. We want like solutions right away versus us really hihimay-himayin pa. When ito naman yung pinakamadaling solution for that, yun nga lang, in doing so, people read us very differently.
Yeah.
You know, they feel like we're know-it-all, they feel like we're invalidating their situation or their emotions because, muuunahan na nga natin sila. Even if our intentions are really good, we come from a place of love and concern, but because we're 10 million steps ahead of them, we don't let them. Ganun na yung nangyayari. In reading this book, I shared with you guys yesterday, kahapon pa po kayo magkakasama.
Yes.
Ayan, ang dami na namin pag-usapan in relation to this book. I think in my case, I've always been the person na, hayaan na kita. And let them, in Tagalog, hayaan kita. So that's how you want to do things, that's how you are, okay. Pero wala yung part na let me. Paano ko, sige, ganyan ka. Ako ngayon, ibig sabihin, hindi ko na ganyan ka. So which leaves me ngayon, yun nga yung sabi ni Mel Robbins, isolated. And that really is not very healthy. You're letting them, but then, hindi ka pa din in control doon. Kasi, ano ba yun, nababaghapag ka pa din na, hinayaan mo sila, and then so iisipin mo pa din naman siya. Now it really is finding that balance of, okay, we wanna keep the peace, paano ba natin gagawin yun? Huwag natin paunahan. Doon talaga papasok yun, you let them. You let them, and see it through, and then when you're needed, that's when, you come in to offer that. If they don't ask for your help, then okay. Then now you control your emotion.
Yes.
So that, yun nga, no, to your point, we protect your peace, you also protect your peace. No? And
Has to go both ways.
right, and you learn to be more accepting of the situation.
Yes.
Hindi ko alam kung if it's a female thing, or if it's a mom thing, or if it's a daughter thing na, tayo kasi parang we naturally assume the role na tayo yung mag-aayos ng lahat.
Tayo yung glue.
Oo. Na parang kaya siguro relate tayo since we're all female. Kasi hindi ko nga alam eh. Is it because of that? Or talagang it's a natural human behavior na lagi tayong ganun?
I think for me, it's like, because we are a mother, and siguro because of the eldest daughter. I think it's the eldest daughter.
Oh, I know.
I know.
Well, you're the only daughter. Pero pareho kaming pangalan, so
Oh, it makes
It's the
sense.
eldest daughter syndrome na parang if no one is stepping up in the family,
Yes.
it has got to be me. Parang
Yes.
ganon. Which is not, that should not be the case.
yeah. But yeah, it's the effect of probably us growing up and laging siguro, no? Maybe subconsciously ginagawa ng mga parents natin yan na ini-instill sa atin din while we were growing up na ikaw yung panganay eh. Diba? You take care of your brother and sisters,
Right.
diba? Ikaw yung only girl eh. So, ikaw dapat yung responsible, diba?
Yeah.
So, and then, dala-dala na natin yan. It's in our subconscious.
Right, it becomes like a lifestyle, so to speak. Yun na eh.
Yeah, I think it's a tradition.
Mm.
Yung culture natin.
Yeah.
Right, yun. And weirdly enough though, like kung naisip yun, we all come from a place of love. But because nga,
They
nauuna na tayo,
They don't feel like it's love. It's like
Oo.
overstepping the boundary.
right, nanghihimasok ka na.
Nakikialam ka.
Is that the same case for you actually, like in your life situation?
Kasi right now, ang struggle ko is with my mom and my dad. They're both 86. Middle of last year, when I came home from visiting my kids sa Australia, and you know, we always have the Sunday lunch. Nagulat ako sa itsura ng daddy ko. Kasi he can walk, pero because he's weak, he bought himself an electric wheelchair. So wherever he goes, dala niya. When we went out for lunch, he was having difficulty standing up. Pupunta siya ng CR, ganun. Tapos, he was very quiet, which is not like him. I know that he is healthy and strong if he starts becoming sarcastic sa mga responses niya. If he criticizes even the server, you know, bringing food or the service that is provided, or ano, pag magkukwento na yan about other people's lives. Alam ko he's okay that way, but he was very quiet. Tapos syempre makikita mo sa mukha niya kasi he's 86 na eh. So everything is sagging. And it's even more sagging at that time kasi hindi siya ngumingiti, walang smile, walang perkiness, walang magandang color ang cheeks niya. So kinausap ko ang sister ko noon kasi nabothered na talaga ako na what's happening to dad. Nawala lang ako ng isang buwan. Ang laki naman magbabago. And my mom was complaining about the doctor that they've been seeing for like close to a decade and a half. Nothing is working na raw. Tapos si Papa, wala masyadong appetite. Ang daming complaints. Eh sabi ko, well, you end up with the same result if you're doing everything the same way. So kinausap ko sister ko, I need you to back me up. Let's bring Papa to our cardio. We share the same cardio sa Cardinal. And so we did that. Kaya I asked her for backup kasi alam ko, ang unang ko-kontra was my mom. Pero I guess, parang wala na rin, hindi na rin niya alam kung anong dapat niyang gawin, and my dad was getting worse and worse. So, you know, she agreed for us to bring dad to Cardinal. And so, after many specialists, after many checkups, after an angiogram that led to an angioplasty, finally he got back to, I mean, he's 86. It's not like going back to when he was 50 or 60, diba? Pero he was way better than before. So he had his angioplasty last quarter of last year, no? Tapos I left for Australia again before Christmas, and I got back like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's back to how he was before. Ngayon, nalaman ko sa sister ko because she's been communicating with my mom. Doktor-doktora na naman namin. Binabawasan siya ng gamot. Tapos lahat ng pinapakain sa kanya bland. So like, he would have oatmeal with fruits for breakfast. Pero yung oatmeal, walang honey, walang sugar, walang lasa. Natural, ikaw nga pakainin ka ng oatmeal na walang sweet niya.
Ayaw.
Diba? Actually, ang tawag ng daddy ko doon, dog food. So, last week, they went back to the doctor kasi nag-agree ulit ang mami ko kasi, again, she doesn't know what she needs to do to get my dad back to how he was before I left for Australia. Ngayon, alam namin na si Mami has a tendency to alter the dosages of yung kanyang mga meds, no? Hindi pwede yun, lalo na sa matanda.
That's even a dangerous thing to do.
Exactly. The one of the specialists ni Daddy, sabi ko niya, naku, ba't ginawa niyong whole tablet? Dapat half tablet lang yun kasi ma-overdose si Daddy. That's very dangerous. And my mom is getting worse and worse with that kasi it's her way of being in control. no? Na hindi niya naiisip na at whose expense
Yes.
you're risking dad's life. So ngayon, nandito ako sa situation na what are we going to do about it? I was talking to my sister, no? Sabi ko, you know, you have your family, I have my work, I have my responsibilities. Hindi naman pwedeng tayo ang mag-alaga kay Papa. Now, ang kailangan din ni Papa is to get stronger and to get out of the house more. No? Kasi before I left, we were going to the cardio therapy he was doing 1 hour of workout. I mean, light workout, pero, you know, 15 minutes on the stationary bike, 10 minutes on the treadmill. Kahit sabihin mo mabagal na lakad, mabagal na cycling yan, at least he was moving. He needs to get out, he needs to see people, he needs to walk more, you know, not be too dependent on the electric wheelchair. So sabi ko, ganito na lang, I will hire a 12-hour daytime shift na caregiver, no? Ang role ng caregiver, kasi hindi man bedridden si daddy ang role ng caregiver, mag-administer ng meds niya.
Make sure.
And then samahan siyang maglakad-lakad.
Okay.
Kung hindi man sila lalabas, for whatever reason, samahan siyang mag-exercise inside their house.
Yeah.
Monitor. Monitor. And to take that responsibility away from mom. Kasi, mommy is a senior citizen also. Nagbilin na yung mga specialista niya. Hindi pwedeng mag-alaga ng senior ang isa pang senior, di ba? My dad is a huge guy. Pag nadapa ang dad ko at hawak-hawak siya ng mami ko, pati si mami mahuhulog, di ba? I don't know how many times we've told our mom that, pero she doesn't want to listen. And kanina may na-mention ka when we were having breakfast, no? This is how they feel they still have value, no? Pero she can, I think I can kind of show her na you still have value kahit na hindi ikaw ang nagbibigay ng gamot kay Papa. Kahit na hindi ikaw ang sinasamahan mo si Papa, di ba? You still have value. May iba tayong pwedeng ipagawa kay Mami. Now, at first, yung let them, ang ano ko is, ay naku, bahala na nga si Mami. Bahala na siya kay Papa. I did my best. If she wants to continue to be in control and risk Papa's life, bahala na siya.
Yeah, so that's not the case.
Pero hindi ko matahimik. That's my dad. Diba? That's my dad. And I don't want to think na one day, if something were to happen to him, I could have done something other than that. Diba? Siyempre, mahal ko ang parents ko. I want them to enjoy their old age na yung talagang enjoy hindi yung tumatanda sila, long life na sila, nagsasuffer naman sila. So, yung let them go is I will talk to a caregiver, I will hire one, I will bring the caregiver doon, I will set the schedule and everything, I'll pay for the caregiver. Yung let them go is, bahala na mami ko kahit magalit siya sa akin.
Yeah. That's a good.
Yun na yung let them go. And yung let me go is, it's for my peace of mind. So, ang difficult lang dun sa situation na yon is, ano yung magiging reaction ni mami? But in my head, she's 86. What's the worst that she can do? Throw a tantrum, lock herself in the bathroom, not talk to me? Fine.
That's her let.
Bahala ka na. Gano'n na magiging reaction.
From you sharing actually, to my point earlier during breakfast, that our parents still whatever age they are, they feel like yung value nila is, parang doon nila nararamdaman may value pa sila when they can still control parts of our life or parts of the life of the family members. Kaya lang I feel like, ngayon, nagbabaliktad kasi yung roles habang tumatanda rin tayo. Di ba? Parang noon tayo yung pinapalaki, ngayon sila na yung pinapalaki natin. I think there should also be a time where our parents should let us take care of them.
Yeah.
Kasi they did so well raising us.
Yes.
Ito na yung turn natin.
Yes.
Na,
They did so well raising us, that's when we start.
oo. Tapos gusto natin, ito na. Parang, nag-iniintindihan natin yun. Okay, you want us to see na may value pa rin kayo sa amin. Pero pag dumating sa ganong stage, lalo na to me hindi na ako kailangan pag-drive, hindi na ako kailangan pagluto. Kasi nga, ilang taon na ba sila? Parang gusto ko lang sa akin, to me, yung value mo na lang is to see you enjoying ito, however many years that you have, not to be stressing kung kung ano dapat pag-administer ng gamot, like in your case, sa daddy mo. Sana gano'n, no? Our parents come to terms with that, the fact na talagang dadating yung point na they should let us
Yeah.
take care of them. Na they don't take it against us na kasi wala na silang silbi, or hindi na valuable yung opinion nila, or we don't, ibig sabihin na binabaliw na natin sila. And ito yung culture part eh. I think na parang tama naman na yung pagiging parent daw, it doesn't stop it.
It never.
Talagang until your last breath, magiging parent ka. Pero, kailangan talaga yatang dumating sa point that our parents should really let us. Like in your case, I hope that works out well for you actually.
Oh, I'm praying that it does. Kasi, I mean, I've had disagreements with my mom in the past na yung 2 buwan hindi kami nag-uusap. Yung gano'n. Tapos, syempre, at the end of the day, I'm the daughter, ako yung, sila yung parents, sila yung mas nakakatanda. Ako yung mag-give in, kamusta ka na ba? And then, whenever we reconnect again, she speaks to me as if nothing happened. I don't know if she doesn't remember or she's just, pero yun eh. I guess, ang lesson ko dito, kasi I was struggling eh. Ano ba? Pababayaan ko na ba sila? Or do I step up and intervene again? Pero sabi ko, ang hirap pagpapabayaan ko eh, kasi ako yung hindi matahimik.
That's true. Ang dali, no? Ang daling sabihin na pag out of frustration, sige, bahala na kayo. I'm really trying my best here, but then if hindi okay yun, hindi okay. Hindi, bahala na kayo. Pero pagka tayo na lang, parang, wait lang, parang, I'm more capable of just letting them do that. No? Parang, ang daling sabihin, but it's so hard to really do that as is.
It's Mel Robin also said, it's a practice.
Oo.
So,
Yes.
hindi naman siya instant
Like,
na you
yeah.
have to.
It's not a switch that you can turn on and off every
It's
time.
a practice that you have to do all the time. Let them and let me. So, naging partner talaga siya.
First question pa lang po yan,
Yeah.
First question. Okay, so which leads us to our second movement, the power of let me. Kanina is let them, ngayon let me. So we've compressed chapters 2, 8, and 18 into this one particular topic. The focus here is shifting from passive acceptance to personal agency. Let them is only half the bridge. Let me is the destination. So, hindi lang yung basta, bala kayo sa buhay niyo.
Right.
Pero iintindihin din natin yung paano tayo, diba? This is especially vital for the single parents in the group, talking about you and me, who carry the weight of decision-making alone, and for all of you out there navigating a demanding industry. The quote that I got from Mel from this book is, you don't need anyone's permission to change your life. You just need your own.
Right.
So, ang discussion natin, we often wait for the right time or for others to tell us we are ready. Question here is, if you stop waiting for a sign or for everyone to be okay with your choices, what is one let me move you want to make this month for your own joy or growth? Ayan. Na yung hindi ka, wala kang guilty like, like ito, na it's a work day today.
Ito na nga yun.
Lumayas tayo,
Yes.
no guilty feeling.
Out of the way.
Same.
So, let's start with DJ.
Ang ganda ng question na yun. I've always loved Mondays, being a corporate girl prior to us, moving into this type of work. Kaya lang, nagdumadating sa point na if you can skip Monday, you'd gladly take it. Kaya lang before nga, dahil alam mo parang yung Monday is the start of the week, that really sets a tone for the rest of the week. Parang even if you don't feel like going to work or doing what you're supposed to do on Monday, you're going to show up. Pero, lagi kang nagpatas pag may opportunity na parang lagi ka nag-work na, naku, paano na yun si ganyan, paano na to, paano si ganyan. So, to your question, ako, I'm already at that point na if I can skip Mondays, just what we did today. No, Monday, Tuesday kami nandito na hindi ko talaga naramdaman na alam mo yun, na parang pinabayaan mo kung ano yung responsibility mo. This is you giving yourself your me time in this form so that you can function pa din for the remainder of the week. No, it's not going to be like, hindi naman natin ito ginagawa regularly. Na every Monday nandito tayo or we skip Monday for leisure, for some sort of leisure. But then if pwede nga, ako rin gusto ko, pero nasa point na, number one, gusto ko pwede ba Monday hindi ako mag-work. Parang Tuesday to Friday lang ako. And then Amy shared yesterday, minsan our client, we follow our client schedule. So sometimes Saturday, Sunday, you're working. Evenings you also work, even on holidays you're working. So if there is one luxury that I want to enjoy is to skip Monday. Na yun, parang gusto ko yun yung, of course, to be kasi yung Sundays really is for devotion and all of that, and family time. Monday sana, gusto ko yun yung me time. Yan. Tapos yung second, yung question mo na walang guilt, gusto ko sana gumising na ng 12. Gusto ko sana naman ako sa point na, pwede ka na gumising ng 12. And when you're feeling ko say when you've really reached that point that you can wake up at 12, you're already financially stable. Hindi yung kagaya na
you can afford it.
Exactly. Tapos, alam mo na even if gumising ka ng 12, yung mga responsibilities mo in the morning, gumagalaw pa din siya.
Even without you.
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi ngayon parang, ay, talaga wala akong magagawa. You have to wake up at 5, you have to wake up at 6. Kasi, ang dahil mga nagawin, bago ka pa makapag-umpisa ng day mo as a professional. So, lagi ka nang nagmamadali. Parang yun yung, and yun nga, yung guilt feeling nga, yung pagka, nag-snooze ka ng alarm mo, tapos na-realize mo, gosh, nag-snooze ka pala ako. Nandun doon yung guilt feeling, mano ba naman yung 5 more minutes extra snooze na, yun yung, parang right now, nandun ako sa posisyon na yan, kung pwede sana, skip Monday, yun na yung day off me and Dai, kumbaga, to wake up at 12, and then yung last nga is, gusto ko if I wanna say for example, travel, if I wanna shut down for a week, to just be lazy, pwede mong gawin. Ngayon kasi I don't think I'm in that position. Number one, because I have lives that are dependent on me, na pag di ako gumalaw, mag-freeze din sila, which I don't want to do. Parang I'm okay to give a few more years into waking up at 5 and 6 because I want to fulfill that my daughter hat and my mom hat to the best of my ability hanggang kaya ko. But then if I can't have na itong mga ganito, I gladly take it.
Mga pockets.
So thank you, Ashley.
Oh, of course. You are both always welcome here. How about Amy?
Sorry not to interrupt, Amy. So if you join the book club, you can have Mondays off too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, the Mondays off, I've been doing that for the longest time already. Because, usually weekends with the family is so easy for me. So I really don't rest during the weekends. So because everyone is at home and then sometimes we have meetings now for our clients. So Mondays really, I don't work really on Monday. So I never was guilty on that. And I used to have so much devotional time. Pero I cut it short. Kasi pwede naman palang mag-party. Actually, yung pag-emote ko on a Monday, half day. Yun dati, okay lang sana. But parang sabi ko, dami ko na sana nagawa at that time. So, I make it like an hour. siya na pala. So, di ba? So, yeah, siguro, what I'm not guilty for letting me is that I set boundaries. I set boundaries for people to affect me. So, affect me in the sense na, kasi, if sabi nga nila, we cannot control what other people think of us. The same way that we have our own thinking about them, hindi rin nila control yun. So parang you have to let them say, maybe they say bad things, interpret their ways in different, kung ano yung gusto nila. Ito, wala kang ginagawa sa bahay kasi nagpapalinis lang ng kuko or always pampering person. Or in fact, hindi nila nakikita. I'm working on the background. I spend my money on my personal, my self-love.
It's your own money.
It's my own money.
Yeah,
but sometimes they don't see it because they thought I'm just at home having my own time. So, sa mga makakapanood dito, I'm also working. So, I have my own money to afford the things that I want to do because dati, I felt guilty. Baka mahuli ako, baka makita nandito, baka makita nila.
Natago mo pa yung mga little luxuries.
Yeah, but now, I'm not guilty for having the time for spending time, for spending money for my own good. Kasi di ba, parang feeling mo naman, I deserve this. I deserve this and I'm working also for this. And regardless of what you think about me, of course, I let you judge me. Let me be angry at you. But there's no feelings of trying to control. Hindi. You change your thought about me. I will let you be you. I will let me be me. And that setting of boundary right now is I think it was the most important decision I made in my life. Kasi, because of that, mas more peace na, alam mo sa sarili mo na because of the boundary you set, hindi na sila mag-stop.
Hindi na mauulit.
Hindi na mauulit. So, dati ako yung sabi niya, tiptoeing.
Walking on eggshell.
Trying to, yung ikaw yung it's okay if you are, parang okay lang na ikaw yung magbigay, ikaw yung umunawa. But now, di ba, sabi nga nila, as we age, parang tumatanda na rin tayo. So, yung patience natin for some crafts of other people, so hindi na din. So, ako naman, the boundary that I set for myself is because I'm also protecting myself.
Yes.
I'm also protecting my peace. And I think it was the most unguilty thing that I did for myself. So, I had my boundaries for other people, for my family, for my siblings. Of course, sabi nga nila, for your kids, wala pa sila doon. So, talagang sasakupin mo sila. Right now, wala silang let them. You're always stepping up. Especially for my kids. They're little kids. So, for my kids, walang boundaries. Tayo.
Yeah.
Sa akin muna kayo. For now, because you're living with me, I'm the batas here. So, yes. So, yun sa akin actually.
Oh my God.
Before you give your answer, Archie, bakit nga pag gano'n, pagka nanay, magpaayos ko lang ng buhok para bakit di masasib na?
Oo, magpasalon.
Oo,
Magpalinis ka ng...
Ewan ko lang kung na-experience nyo yung nagtatago sa kwarto tapos meron kayong pagkain. Ayaw nyo i-share. Na-experience ko yun. Pagod na ako. I came from work. I came from, and at that time I was cooking for the kids. They were like elementary age. Na-experience ko, I forgot what food, pero sabi ko, I just want to have this little pleasure, little peace. Nagukulong ako sa kwarto. Oh my goodness. Pero, nandun yung guilty feeling.
Kasi wala hindi na share.
Oo, di ba? Kasi whatever I have, they have to have also, di ba?
It's your giving up. Kaya siguro sometimes, to keep the peace, we compromise our own little pleasures.
Yeah.
Kasi to your point, ayaw na natin madagdagan pa yung stress natin. O sige, para hindi na lang tayo mag-stress. Ikaw na yung magbibigay. Ikaw na
I have
umayawa.
to add dun sa boundaries. At kasi, with gusto nyo lahat sama-sama. Ito tayo lahat. But even if you don't feel like the company that you're in. So now, because I set my boundaries, I don't want to go that way anymore.
You know how to say no na.
Yeah. And because I'm clear about the boundaries that I set. And I'm not glad my husband recognized that.
Special mention, Harry.
So, Harry.
Thank you for this opportunities. So, yeah. So, pag sinabi ko na, I don't wanna go. And yung kids ko naman, I also let them. If they don't feel like going because they don't feel like, I also let them, okay, wala kayo sa akin because ayaw nila eh. And then, sige, kung ayaw ng kids, maybe it's our time together. And you know what, with the in-laws, if we don't want to go with the in-laws, it's your time with your parents. So, ganun ko na siya tinitingnan yun.
Pero alam mo, mabuti nga tayo. We're already in that place or that position that we can say no.
Yeah.
Hanggang dito lang yung pwede kong ibigay sa'yo, hanggang dito ka lang pwede makarating sa akin.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were younger, like, yes, okay.
You have to please everyone.
Ay, walang yun na sakit natin.
Oo.
Again, culture natin.
Yeah, it was.
I have to make everybody happy.
Is it the same for you actually?
Well, ako kasi, yung let me period ko, actually, like Amy, I've already started it off now. For those who know me very well, you know that I am a very passionate dragon boat paddler. So, ang backstory niyan, I started with the sport in 2017. But I had to take an indefinite leave from the sport and from the team in 2019 kasi sumakit na yung mga tuhod ko, tsaka yung hips ko. And then, I was diagnosed to have early onset of osteoarthritis, both hips and both knees. So, the doctor who diagnosed me, pinagbawal lahat sa akin. Yes, tapos tinakot pa ako na kung maging matigas ang ulo ko, baka hip replacement or knee replacement ang end ko. So obviously, I never went back to see that doctor again. And I tried a lot. Chiro, PT, acupuncture, supplements, alternative meds. Ang hindi ko na lang yata nasubukan is magpatawas. And then I found this doctor. I never stopped looking for a solution that can really help me. Kasi alam naman natin ang osteoarthritis, it's degenerative.
Right.
So wala nang cure yan. Pero there must be a way. I just didn't want to give up. Ang goal ko nun is kailangan makabalik ako sa sport. Pero that isn't really just going back to the sport. That is me aiming to get a bit better para ma-relieve ako dun sa pain. You know, hindi ko kasi alam what do I get better? Can I run again? Can I do all of the things that I've been doing before again? No? Kaya ko bang mag-shopping marathon? Yung mga ganon. Hindi pala. The more I learn about my condition, the more I realize na there's no cure. Pero 2023, I met a rehab doctor who introduced protein-rich plasma injection to me. Fast forward to today, from 2023 until today, I get an annual maintenance shot of the protein, of the plasma, protein-rich plasma. 2023, the doctor promised me, towards the last quarter of the year, you might be able to go back to your sport na. September of 2023, I went back and I never looked back since. Now, maraming nagtataka at your age. I'm 56 by the way, no? Maraming nagtataka at your age. Why are you still doing this, no? Sabi ko, actually, and my kids sometimes complain about me being so into the sport na if whenever I travel, I will look for a local dragon boat team whom I can paddle with. Kahit na isang session lang, no? It's a great way to meet people.
Right.
Tapos, starting last year, 2025, I would fill my calendar with races. Inuuna ko na siya, no? Now, why am I doing this? Actually, this is me being selfish for myself for once in my life. Kasi, now I can afford it. All my kids are all grown up. You know, lagi ko sa kanila sinasabi, if I die today, okay na kayo eh. And you love each other so much that you watch each other's back. So, okay na ako. Okay lang ko doon. No? So, ako naman ngayon. Now, the thing was, because I have been an active MDRT volunteer member for the past over a decade and a half. I've still been receiving email invitations to serve in committees. Pero yung 2025, I've decided na I'm going to turn down, especially yung mga positions that will require a lot of time from me and traveling also. Kasi starting 2025, yung travel schedules ko revolved around races, Dragon Ball races, both locally tsaka outside internationally. Now, I swim, I lift weights, and the reason for that is so that I can be a stronger paddler. You know? Now, it's not as if, you know, I take it easy, I paddle whenever I want to. I train for Dragon Boat 3 times a week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wake up at 3. I'm in Manila Bay by 4. We do our 4 to 5 land training. Tapos 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 o'clock na boat training. Now, who in their right mind would wake up at 3 and be out the door at 3:30? Now, and then, lahat ng, yung alarm ko every day, ganun na, 3 a.m. na yung gising ko. I go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. I hit the gym at 4. I'm done by 6. The pool sa condo opens at 6. So 6:30 I'm swimming na. Tapos na ako ng 7, kaligo na lahat. So, it's for me to feel good about myself. No? Hindi siya madali. Pero, I feel good about myself.
But you know, I gotta say, good for you actually that you didn't settle. With what the doctor said, 2019, you were what? You were not even 50.
Yeah.
You know, in 2019. So when you just settled and accepted the diagnosis, it's gonna be like that.
Kung baka ako na yung naka-wheelchair.
It sounded like when he said that, or when your doctor said that, your life's over.
Yeah.
But that's how.
It felt like I was sentenced.
Yes, kaya nga it's good for you that you did settle. Na this is not really the life that I envisioned for us. Hindi dito natatapos yung buhay ko. And you shared na, naghanap ka talaga ng solusyon. Isama mo lang yung pagpapatawas. Baka talagang gumaling naman. Kasi wala namang mawawala yun. Hinahanap mo na kung ano yung solusyon. Kailan natin. But good for you that you didn't settle. So you're saying that that's you being selfish for you. I don't think it's a healthy, selfish act for you.
Yeah.
Kasi kung hindi, and nag-settle ka,
And
nabili na yun.
I think if you give all the time out, it's versus yourself, yun yung nakaka-guilty kasi at the end of the day, it's a regret on your
Yeah.
Na, I give myself out there, but I didn't do what makes me happy. But right
Or
now,
what makes you stronger and healthier.
yeah.
And it's funny na you shared that there are people saying that ba't mo ba ito ginagawa? You know, bakit mo ito ginagawa? I think yun yung point eh. Na ito yung let me. Parang there are things in life, in our life that you will really come to learn na ito na siya. Pero pag may mga opportunity that you can refuse to accept na yun na, this is really where you let me and to really, you know, yung quality of life, to enjoy a lot of these things. Kaya good for you. Good for you that you really fought so hard for it, and now you're really in that good position na you're healthier, you're stronger. Tawas na lang talaga yung
Tawas na lang.
let's, bago tayo umuwi
Mag-schedule
today,
tayo niyan.
bago tayo umuwi today, maghanap na tayo.
Okay, so let's go on to the third topic, which is releasing the mirror of comparison. We got this from chapters 5, 7, and 17. The focus here is silencing the social and professional noise. My goodness, I think all of us have this challenge.
Yes.
In a world of curated Instagram lives and high-performance sales rankings, it's easy to feel behind. This is about looking at your own path with kindness. The quote that I got from Mel is, "You can be the juiciest, ripest peach on the tree, and there will still be someone who hates peaches." Right? So, ito yung question for our discussion. When you see a peer or a friend succeeding in a way that triggers a twinge of, "Why not me?" Can you try the reframe, "Let them win," and let that be a compass for what I truly want? What is your peach quality that you want to stop editing to fit in?
It's a very good question. I think ito yung one of my favorite. Sorry, Amy, if I can
Yes,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I think this is one of the parts of the book that I appreciate the most, apart from yung, which I share with you, the 3 pillars of friendship. Sabi dito, yung comparison, natural kasi yan sa atin. No, parang, again, it's probably as human nature that we base our worth in comparison to others, but then, yung comparison daw, you can choose for it to work for you in 2 ways. Is it going to be torture, or is it going to be a teacher? I'll share my, of course, actually, you guys know this. It's so easy to be MDRT all the time. When I started my journey as financial advisor, ito na yung unang pinresent sa akin na parang, that enticed me to join. It did not work for me in traditional na promotion na income, career, travel, yada, because I had before I joined the industry. Yung sa akin is yung to see number one, I joined this kasi gusto ko malaman kung kaya ko or hindi. That's it. It's
Was a challenge
I've
for
never really
you.
done face-to-face sales. Tapos ang pinresent nga sa akin na, here you can be MDRT. When you're MDRT, yung recognition mo yung global. It's not just company-wide, it's not just Philippine-wide, it is global. So to me, yun kasi yun. Parang yun yung naging benchmark ko na ito dapat ako. And I'm always, dun ko laging kinukumpara na yung sabi mo, bakit hindi ako, bakit hindi ako? Kasi pagod din naman, ang galing ko din naman, yada. Until fine, pero nandun ko sa point na tinatanong ko yun sa sarili ko, ba't hindi ako, masipag din naman ako, etc. But then my unique question in that is not really coming from a place of jealousy or pagiging ingitera. Parang sa akin nag-work yung comparison na teacher. Anong ginawa niya? Ba't hindi ko pa nagawa? Na hindi ko pa na-try. Sabi nga doon, when you're comparing others, when you're comparing yourself to others, and you take that comparison as a teacher, kasi you allow, it's when you allow others to show you it's possible.
Yeah.
Ito nga, nung pagdating namin kahapon dito sa house niya actually. Obviously for some of you probably who has been here, you've seen it, you know our life story. Sabi ko nga kahapon, well, we're doing the house tour. This is actually being our teacher.
Yeah, it's possible.
Our teacher, na she really showed us that it's possible. Na hindi ko alam na parang she gets that notion that she's intimidating and whatnot. Pero hindi parang to us, and I think that's why this relationship works. Kasi yung achievement niya teaches us.
Yeah.
Na hindi ko na hanggang ganyan. Hindi mo nagawa na kagaya na nagawa niya na agad, first year pa lang ni MDRT ka, sunod, hindi natin nagawa ng gano'n, pero magagawa natin.
Yeah, but it's possible.
Nagagawa natin. So, hindi ko alam kasi para I've always been mentioned. It's ako yung gitera. Parang, if others are winning, I clap for them in the same way na pag nangyari sa akin, yun din yung expectation ko, you clap for me too. ganyan din ako nagko-compare, but not always never in a place of pagiging ingit. Yung sa akin, sometimes it can be worse pa nga eh. Parang yung dumarating ka sa point na awa ka sa sarili mo.
Yeah.
Diba, no? Pero, lagi ko man tiniter yung perspective ko, no, it's teaching me something. So, kung nagawa nga niya to, kaya ko din itong gawin. Pero, ano yung nagawa niya na hindi ko pa nagagawa? Diba, parang you have to put in the reps. So, I do compare myself. You know, there are, of course, you don't always compare yourself with whoever you just see online. You really compare yourself to people you admire. No, but it's never really from a place of inggit, but it's really from a place na, oh my gosh, ano kayang ginawa niya? Kaya ko rin kayang gawin. Yung sacrifices na, kaya ko rin kayang gumising ng 3 o'clock. Every day, walang palya. Kaya ko yung matulog na kaya ng 8 o'clock, ng 9 o'clock. And et cetera, et cetera. It's a healthy comparison for me. Sana ma-maintain ko yun. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, always nonchalant. Pag nag-achieve ka, great, congratulations, but I never really, lalo naman na, no, parang minsan kasi pag nagkukumpara, parang gusto natin pag ikawawa yung sarili natin na, ay, bakit siya, ba't hindi ako ganyan? Hindi parang me, always ever nonchalant, na congratulations, good for you. Pero for those that you admire, like na tinitingnan, ako yung ginawa niya na hindi ko pa nagagawa. Na kung ginawa ko kaya, noon, at kung gagawin ko pa ulit-ulit, magagawa ko rin kaya ito. Nabibiling ko yung kalahati sa mga. Parang yun, sir, I hope that, ang dami ko sinabi, but then, yun kasi yung una kong na-feel pagdating ko dito kahapon. Na again, you're teaching us something. Na, sige na probably others see you as intimidating, hindi kasi hindi eh. Hindi ko alam, kakapal ba mukha namin ni Amy? Kaya whoever na intimidated by you. Oo, parang to us kasi, laging ganun yung dating mo sa amin. You're teaching us something.
Yeah, I know that she will be
Ang galing nga namin mag-commit kahapon, actually. Hindi ko ako sunduin. Di ba?
It's us getting outside of our comfort zone.
Oo.
Oo,
So to me yun, sorry yun yung sagot ko, pero yun kasi yung tumatakbo sa isip ko kahapon pa, up until now, you've identified your why, your kids are established. Ang ganda ng lagi mong sinasabi na, if your time is up, your kids will survive. Parang ako hindi ko pa kayang sabihin yun. I always worry that if my time's up, oh my gosh, what will happen to Miguel? No, how will my parents be? Si Paris din, paano siya pag wala ako? So parang, kaya yun yung naging sagot ko. Kasi yun yung tumatakbo sa isip ko na, ano kaya ginawa ni Archie? Kung gagawin ko kaya yun, at gagawin ko paulit-ulit, kaya ko rin kaya to, magagawa ko ito. So yun yung sa akin.
Well, I'm so honored and so happy to hear na even if I wasn't teaching, I wasn't telling you, things, you still learn from my life, no? And I think, ang laking fulfillment doon, ang nakakataba ng puso,
Kasi yung kahapon, we were interviewed, obviously, yesterday, we spent the entire day catching up. So if you guys are wondering why we didn't have any sessions like this last year, it was because we really wanted to give actually that time so that she can focus on her health and her sports.
Yeah.
And of course,
And my dad.
And her dad. And of course, us, we had family issues to deal with too.
Yeah.
We had a lot of things going on at work. So we decided that, okay, let's take this year off just so we can focus on our individual priorities. So yesterday, ang ginawa talaga namin, nag-catch up lang kami, kulang talaga. And then kahapon pa namin siya ini-interview na how did this came to be, the amount of investment that she put in here, is it to your expectation, is it worth it, and yada yada, etc. etc. Kahit na, kahit na interviewing lang yun, you're teaching pa din eh.
Maraming salamat, TJ. Nakakataba ng puso, and I feel so honored na, how I live my life provides lesson for people who share time with me. Nakakatuwa, no? Makes me want to become even a better person.
Keep doing you actually.
Thank you.
Doing you.
Amy, how about you?
So for me, I think it was when we went to Quintabo that time.
Was it the first time?
The first time that we went there.
Okay.
So, With regards to comparison, there was a time that I feel so bad because may mga kakilala ka kasi and they are getting from other advisors.
Okay.
So, syempre, parang you feel na, bakit hindi sa akin? Pwede naman sa akin. Yun yung comparison na you feel bad. Bakit? And then it was Kaloy who processed.
Nako, Kaloy, we miss you.
We miss
Kaloy,
you. I was so miss
Kaloy,
Kaloy. Alam mo, the question that Kaloy gave me that night, tulad si Achi that time, was, gusto mo ba kung ano yung nasa kanya? Gusto mo ba yung mga kliyente niya? Kung bibigyan, kung yung life ba niya, yun ba yung gusto mong life? Sabi ko, hindi. Hindi ako naiingit in that sense. Sabi ko, kaya nga. And then, like what he said, he turned it to something na, ano ba ginagawa niya na hindi mo ginagawa? She's out there, you're not out there. Maybe she's reaching out and you're not reaching out. Parang gusto ko lang kasi pumunta sila sa akin kasi, I'm an introvert, financial advisor. It's so hard for me to approach, no? So, ang goal ko sa buhay, I think na 4 years ago, I hope one day na yung mga tao na lang pupunta sa akin instead of me are chasing them around. So, when gano'n na kayo, so hindi naman ako gano'ng die hard asking people to buy for me. So, hindi na gano'n. So sabi lang ni Kaloy, ano ba ginagawa niya na hindi mo ginagawa? And it turns out that year, I got, parang I exceeded myself that year. And then Kaloy said, I'm so proud. Sabi ko, Kaloy, it was because you made sense back to me. And then, in terms of, di ba, parang, sometimes kasi, ano ba yung rule? Because sabi mo nga, it's MDRT, getting yourself out there. Siguro sa akin, it was never, ganun kasi ako, no? It was never the title. It was never, siguro the AC that comes. I feel that the AC that I'm earning in my life is a blessing. Because I was a professional before I resigned, I had my own money, and I know it was God's provision. So, ang sa akin, it was never the medals and all. I don't know if it was just me saying, to make me feel small, but it was never that mission. It was always the mission. It was always the service. And because of that, whenever my friends came to me, they had a family, someone is in the family, yung heart ko na sabi ko, sana I will not be the person to say condolence, I will just give a small amount of money. Ang lagi kong naiisip, sana if meron ka nito, iba yung conversation because I was the person who give you hope. Awa mo masyadong yung medyo iba yung pero lagi kong tinatanong yung sarili ko, gusto ko ba, kasi parang ayoko kong ma-stress for the validation, for the medallion, qualifications on a quarterly basis. Parang sabi ko, kasi iba-iba tayo ng purpose sa buhay, no? So, para sa akin, hindi na kasi ako doon sa point na syempre, I understand this is their bread and butter. Sa akin, it was not. It was an additional income for myself. But, doon ako sa place na kung nandito ako, what service can I give to my parents? So ngayon, extended na siya. There was a friend who came to me last time. Her sister will have an operation. She had a son life, what they will do. So, di ba, parang instead na dapat yung dapat ko din sasagutin kasi hindi ako advisor. Pero, because you're coming from the space of helping, and dito ka na sa hospital, you have to prepare all this. So, parang hindi na kayo babalik. Before you go outside, you have to ask the doctor to sign all of this. And then, papaano na lang natin. So, di ba, I was able to help. And my friend, she saw that. And then after that, sabi niya, ate, kukuha ako. Because, I was never after, di ba? Nakita niya na even if hindi ka naman kita kliyente, I will still do my job to help you because I know what to do. And di ba, bakit ko ba ipagkakay yung information na kailangan mo right now? So siguro doon ako. And then syempre nakita ko lang kung kumikita sila ng di sige, okay. Add on na lang siya. Alam mo siguro when I stop refraining dun sa kasi gano'n mo, parang gusto ko gano'n din. Kung nag-iba na yung vision ko for myself, for this business, parang mas feel ko, lalo nag-flourish. Hindi na kasi ako nag-aano ng, kailangan ko mag-cliente, kasi ganito, kasi ganyan. Nung iba na yung purpose ko, mas lalong dumami yung clients. Sila na yung pumupunta. And sabi nga, your validation in this business is the length of time that you stay.
Your tenure.
Hindi. For me, it was not how quickly
You raise to...
you go up there.
Top
Kasi
of the-
when you are up there, what's next? Yun yung lagi mong iisipin, what's next. But ako, sabi ko nga, siguro, the growth that I have in this business is not yung bedoys. It was rooted so deep. So,
I like
ganun
that.
siya ganun yung level of, kaya minsan, of course, I still want to have a job na yung fixed income lang. Kasi syempre, iba yung fixed income kaysa yung kailangan mong mangyayante para magkaroon ka ng extra na money. So, I always have that thought na siguro, can I go back to corporate? Parang gano'n. But, ang sa akin is, even if I go back to whatever purpose of life that I want to be, I will always go back. Kasi dito iba talaga yung purpose and mission that I have. Kasi sabi ko nga, if there will come a time that my friends, kasi usually the clients that I have are the parents na eh. Dumating na ako sa point na, parents, pwede pa ba sila, mami? Yung parents na. So, you know that you have achieved that level na, sabi ng friend ko, technique ko na yan. Hindi yung number ni ate, siya ni mama, bahala ka na. Sa tingin ko, yun talaga din yung sa akin na, pag dumating yung time na yun, parang ibinigay na sa'yo ng kaibigan. Alam mo yun, yung trust and confidence na pag dumating yung time na yun, I know that you will do your job. So, hindi na sa akin, but for my family. So, nandun ako sa level na yun. So, sabi isip ko, if ever that I will mapanood ng boss ko, if ever that I will pursue a career outside, I will never leave this business because the purpose that I have for this is more than the income that it gives.
It's not superficial.
Yeah, it was a mission talaga. And of course, the policy that I'm taking care of is my family, my own relatives, my friends.
Close friends.
Who will take care of them if I'm not here? So, yun sa akin. So, tapos sa iba, yung dumating na din ako sa point na hindi na ako naghahanap ng so, sobrang nakontento na ba ako? Na parang nagugulat na lang ako ng marami pa palang bless. Pero siguro kailangan kang dumating dun sa point na makontento ka muna. Makontento ka for what you have and then bibigay ni God yung possibility na meron pa palang more than that. Pero syempre, whatever you have na, you have to be blessed with it. And di ba sabi nga, pag bigyan ka ng maliit, you have to make it grow. And then, lalo kang bibigyan ng malaki kasi kaya mo palang i-manage yung strong. So,
Ang ganda. I love how you said that, you being in this profession, it's not a vertical growth because it's the other way around. It's rooted
So,
deep.
kanyang growth, your roots, papalalim.
Ang sarap. Which is, I would say, mas stronger ang kapit nun kaysa yung just vertical growth, And we've seen that. We've seen that with other professionals who came into this business na very immediate yung biglang success story nila, overnight success and all. Tapos makaraan ng 2-3 taon, suddenly,
They're gone, yeah.
So, actually, before I got into this career, I pretty much lived in a box. Hindi naman pampered or living in comfort, but maliit lang ang mundo ko. And they say, if you've never had it, you'll never miss it. So I never knew na ganun pala kalaki ang mundo until I attended my very first MDRT annual meeting. This was in 2010 in Vancouver. And I realized na, oh my goodness, who are these big people? Why are the other attendees lining up to have pictures taken with them? Ano to mga ribbons na nasa badge nila? Hahaba na mga ribbons, no? What do they mean? What are they saying? And it was my first annual meeting. And very shy, very introvert. So, the mere fact that I have to, I wanted to have at least one picture taken with one of the speakers, I had to muster up so much courage to talk to him. Then came my second annual meeting. Sabi ko, hindi pwede. Because these are the people, I realized now that these are the people that I can learn a lot from, no? And never ko kasi hindi ko na-experience yun before. So, never akong nagkaroon ng parang pananaw na, uy, ang galing naman itong tao ko, nakakaingit. Ganon. Wala akong ganon kasi wala naman akong kilala. Parang personally na nakilala ko na ganong klaseng tao. So, nag-umpisa yun lahat during my journey, first few years na journey with MDRT. So, starting my second annual meeting, I made it a point na sabi ko, kailangan ko ma-befriend itong mga tao ito. Because I truly believe there will be a lot of things that I will learn from them. So, yun yung ginawa ko. Now, all of us have these badges when we walk around at the conference area, no? And they have our nicknames printed there, big bold letters. So whenever I would see one of those people walking around with long badges, I call them by their first name. Nagugulat sila kasi hindi nila alam na binabasa ko lang muna yung names nila. So nagugulat sila na parang makikita mo sa facial expression nila na, do I know her? Where did I know? What's her name? Oh my goodness, I can't remember, you know? And then you'd see them looking down at my badge, and then we would strike a conversation hanggang sa naaalala na nila ako. No, nagiging kaibigan ko na sila, and especially with technology nowadays, it's so easy to communicate with them. No, so yun yung ginawa ko, hanggang ngayon ginagawa ko yun. Now, on the flip side of it naman, and siguro because I'm a bit older than you ladies, no? Yung may personality ako na ano na eh, parang a good way to look at it is I pick my battles. Hindi na ako sumusugod sa lahat, no? So, may mga organizations that may organization that I was asked to lead na medyo hindi kumikilos yung mga kasama ko. So, kahit na ako paulit-ulit na, ano na, nasaan na tayo with this project? Ano na, paano tayo mag-uumpisa? So, pag hindi sila kumikilos, ako na lang ang nag-initiate. Pag nakapag-initiate na ako, dun sila papasok. So at first, parang nakakainis naman. Diba? Nakumpisahan ko na eh. Tapos kayo papasok. So, where does pick your own battles come in? Okay, gusto niyo na pala eh. Eh di kayo na. Diba? I'd be happy to let go of that responsibility, no? And I can do other things with my time. So okay, I come up with a message, you know, a text, making that announcement either in the group chat or to them personally na, okay, kayo na. Kasi yan naman talaga dapat ang role nyo, no? So I'm letting go. I'll back up. So, okay na. So, and I found that kind of behavior coming from me way more parang mas nagiging contented ako sa result
Yeah.
rather than starting a friction with people that I'm supposed to work with. Tapos we end up na, it's so difficult to work with Janet. Diba? I'm sure that's what they're thinking, diba? Ay, di kayo na lang. Ganon. I guess, in different phases of our lives kasi, nagbabago kasi yung pananaw natin.
Right.
Nagbabago ang priorities natin, nagbabago ang behavior natin because of our priorities, because of our pananaw. No? So, nandun na ako. And, we are in an industry where the rat race is the norm.
Yeah.
No? But the rat race is not for everybody.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care about the rat race, no. Been there, done that. I'm good. As long as I'm able to provide for, now that my 4 kids are independent, they're on their own, hindi na talaga ako kailangan, like hindi na sila nakasandal sa akin financially. As long as I have enough to take care of myself, to add to my retirement income, just, in case one day I decide na, okay, I'm letting go, gusto ko na lang sumandal sa kung ano ang savings ko, all of that, if ever that's going to happen. Pero, nandun na ako, as long as I have enough for that, I'm happy. I don't wanna do the rat race.
You don't need to. You don't
And-
have to.
Yeah, diba? Kasi, ang sarap na simple lang ang buhay.
Totoo.
Actually, akala natin, yung simple lang ng buhay, you make, parang, yun nga, parang you make our world small. But in living simple, mas ma-appreciate mo the world.
That's true.
Yeah. And we're able to do this. Things like this, diba? Okay. Now, going on to our 4th and last movement. It's loving with detachment. Alam ko, before we started recording, this was what you were reviewing. So, this came from chapters 10, 14, and 16. And the focus is trusting the journey of those we love. Naku, hirap sa ating mga mommies. As mothers, our greatest challenge is often letting them make their own mistakes. This movement is about the grace of letting our children and sometimes our friends have their own messy, beautiful lives. Now, the quote that I got from Mel is, "No one changes when they feel judged, but people transform when they feel seen and accepted." The question that we wanted to dissect and discuss is there someone you love deeply, whom you've been trying to save or steer? How would your relationship change if you stepped back and said, "I love you, I'm here, and I trust you to find your own way"? Yan. Kasi, alam ko, may kwento si Amy.
Oo, baka
So,
this is the part na iiyak na tayo.
unahin natin siya.
Okay, iiyak on na. Okay.
Nakaiyak na kami. It was, kasi wala tayo ng last year and I think wala din tayo the year. The year before it was early,
Yeah,
or first
first
quarter.
half.
Yeah, first quarter
Yeah.
sa amin din yun.
24.
2024. So, I really had a very, I think it was a life-changing. It was a very life-changing situation for me because for as long as I can remember, I was the savior of the family. So, because parang hindi pa yung applicable dun sa mga anak ko to let them because they were so
Yeah.
dependent to me. So,
Tsaka they're still very, very
yeah,
young.
and they are very young. So, this was, I think this was, with the siblings, family dynamics. So, I think I mentioned that I had a sister who went abroad that I fully supported and parent shared. And then, make the story short, she has to move on her own because she started a family. And I think it was hard for me because of the separation anxiety when all the time you have to talk. I don't think
You grew up together.
she will watch this also. We grew up to, I mean, we grew back closer during the pandemic. She had a hope at that time. You know, it was an emotional journey, and that was when we got so close. And at that time, I was the one who she shared the journey that she wants to pursue a career abroad. You know, the relationship was so tight, and there was promises made, helping here and there. So that was the plan. And siguro, I'm not taking all against her because I know that I expected na she will fulfill the promise, she will step up, you know, because kasi syempre diba that time 10 years I was not having a job, you know, yung job natin as an advisor we earn with commission hindi naman siya regular income like when we are working in the corporate. And you know, siguro it was because that time that she had pressure preparing for the wedding, there are things that hurtful things that been said. So siguro, sabi nga, it was, I think it was an awakening moment na at the end of the day, after all the help that I gave, ano pa rin pala, kasalanan ko pa din. It was my fault because I helped, sabi nga niya, you can't give what you don't have. And I don't have a lot. So, di ba? So yung entrance ni Mel na I was in debt, parang I was there because of the help that I gave. And sabi nga din ni Mel is, you can't give financial provision without conditions. Because when you gave that without condition, you are enabling bad habits. Kasi di ba, you keep on giving and they don't change. So di ba, at the end of the day, parang after all that I gave, it's still on me that ako yung tumulong, kasalanan mo yan. Diba? And sometimes, you know, that the things that hurts are the comments like, gawa ka ng gawa ng paraan, tapos pag nahirapan ka, nagre-reklamo. Parang, hindi ako nagre-reklamo. I thought I can ask for help. But you know, dun tayo sa, dun ako sa, kaya I love this book. Naririnig ko na siya during those times that I'm processing everything that's happening. Yun nga, you cannot rescue. Sabi ko, so parang kasalanan ko pala, pinagaan ko yung buhay mo. Kasalanan ko pala, tinulungan ko pala. But you know, sabi ko nga, I had a diary dun sa journey ko of healing, forgiving. Sabi ko, grieving yun eh. Parang, do I cut ties? Do I regret all the things that I did? So parang, it was a healing journey na at the end of the day, you have to let them free. Ang pinaka natutunan ko at that time was yung control. Kaya kasi tayo we try to control because when we try to control, parang ikaw yun, ang galing mo. Actually, kung hindi ako doon sa case na ang galing ko, parang gusto ko lang ay ina-acknowledge ako. Bilang ate, yung help na ginagawa. And then I remember during those mornings of moment and yung time to heal, I said to God na, sorry God, kasi parang dapat kasi hindi naman talaga sa akin magpasalamat kasi I was just an instrument for them to fly. Kasi, di ba, tayo naman humingi din tayo ng help. Sometimes the help that we need, di naman doon sa mga people that we're expecting to give us. Papadala talaga si God ng help to other people, sometimes strangers pa nga eh. So sabi ko, God, I'm sorry kasi I thought it was me all along. And kaya ako nahihirapan kasi I tried to solve the problem na pinag-pray nila sa'yo Tapos ako, gumagawa ng solusyon. Tapos gusto ko, pasalamatan nila ako sa ginawa ko. When in return, hindi naman talaga. It was God all along. I was just an instrument for them. Yun lang, sabi ko, siguro yung control, gustong-gusto ng mga panganay yun. Kasi pag may control ka, pinapakialaman mo lahat. Kaya lang, pag pinapakialaman mo lahat, napapagod ka. And siguro that was the time that I was so tired. Alam mo yun, nag-worry ka sa mga bagay na hindi mo pala naman dapat ipag-worry. So sabi ko, ngayon, syempre, di ba, I have to let them. So, she has her own family. But you know, sometimes parang sabi nga, you can love from afar. So we're not like we were before. But you know, sabi ko nga, you can't wish bad. You can't wish bad things to them. Because pag may nangyari masama, masasaktan ka pa rin. Because that's her family. All I can wish is for her to maybe someday, kasi syempre, I cannot expect her to be like me. I cannot expect her to step up like I used to do when ako yung mag-ayos yung income for the family. Hindi ako, yun ang kailangan, I had a long process to accept na magkakaiba tayo. Kung gano'n yung kaya mong gawin at hindi niya kayang gawin, you cannot take it against her because you're born differently. Sabi nga, yun yung sabi na, kahit magkapatid kayo, pare-pareho kayo ng magulang, iba-iba din yung how you honor and yung treatment mo sa kapatid mo, magkakaiba eh. So, di ba, you're different people, so you have to accept it. So now that she has her own family, I know, alam mo yun, God has ways of teaching. So ako naman, sabi ko nga, when I let them be, and I let me focus on what is important to me, which is my own family, doon ko lang na-realize na ang sarap pala ng buhay, hindi naman pala dapat mabilang. Kasi hirap-hirap, ang hirap kasi we're trying to solve everyone's problem. Na parang sa kanila, hindi pa rin naman big deal, pero sa'yo super big deal. Tapos yun nga, ginawa ko lahat ng ways mo to make things easier for them. And then at the end of the day, wala silang kailangan ipagpasalamat sa'yo kasi ikaw yun eh. Parang ang ano doon, hindi naman namin hihingi eh, in-offer mo. Which is more hurtful for you. Kaya sabi ko nga, you can't, I think I had a post, kaya nag-stop na rin ako mag-post sa, I had to be quiet for a while kasi ayoko din ma-view yung page, yung wall ko na may pinatatamaan ako, may pinagdadaanan ako. I don't want people to see that. So, doon ako sa diary. Kaya sabi ni Mel, write the book. From there, I can write something. the learning, the journey, it was a heartbreaking journey that become also a breakthrough. Na, sarap pala mabuhay na hindi ka pakialamera. Ako talaga yun ang ano. Hindi ka pakialamera. Hindi, kasi once you let the control out of their hand and you say, God, ikaw ba? It's different. Even your expectation is a lot different. Kaya siguro, I feel like I'm happier, the happiest, even my relationship with my husband. Kasi when the time na I made way, I magsisecret din ako sa kanya. Kasi syempre, it's my family. I have to protect my family. So, hindi niya alam. So, no, in a marriage relationship, you have to be honest. There was a time sabi ni Harry, Mami, iiwan ka na. Kasi parang dati mayabang ako. Sabi niya, iiwan ka ng lahat. Pero hindi kita. So, at that time, sabi ko, eto yung partner. Eto yung kahit, sabi ko, pwede na ako sorry eh. Ano yun? Parang ang dami kong flaws. Na parang, ano sabi, kaya hindi, dalawa lang perfect perfect relationship. You just have to make it work
Yeah.
for you. Kung ano man yung imperfections mo, kung kaya niya tanggapin, di ba? So, ano yun, sabi niya, iiwan ka na okay. So, it was the assurance that I need na parang, they are always your family. But right now, this is your family. And you have to focus on it. Ako, alam mo ngayon, I'm so, kaya talaga gusto ko itong book na to kasi it validates what I did and what I'm doing right now. Na talagang, you can love from afar, you can wish them well, but sometimes, you just have to grow apart. Kasi, on their next journey, hindi ka naman kailangan yun. And that's okay. Kasi hindi ka naman dapat laging kasali. Eh di ba? Well, hindi ka laging kasali, okay lang yun. Because you let them grow. And then, siguro, in the next season of our life, we'll go back as we used to be. But right now, hindi after namin sa season niya. And that's okay. Achi!
So, shout out to you, Harry.
Harry,
Because of you,
yes.
sabi ni Amy kanina, she was God's instrument to be a blessing to her sister and the family. I think in Amy's case, ikaw naman yung naging
Yes.
instrument para mag-go siya. When you were sharing, naisip ko talaga, we talk about control. Tayo, we want to have control kasi doon natin nararamdaman yung value natin. Pero, ang nakakalimutan nga natin is yung boundary ng hanggang saan ka ba mag-exercise ng control kasi it's because of the, because gusto mo mag-exercise ng control, doon din nawawala yung value.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, doon mo na-feel na worthless.
Oo.
Kasi, nakikilang ka eh.
Ay, so tama ka, huwag na lang tayo magpapakialam.
Diba? How about you, TJ?
If you guys know this, I think to me, the biggest moment in my life where I had to let go of control is when I gave Miguel his independence. As a parent, you're always worried. Plus, of course, Miguel's condition. I wasn't really confident. Ito nga parang when we were going to therapy, ang sagot ba is hindi ka confident sa kanya or hindi ka confident na wala ka? No, which are entirely two different things. So, in the beginning, I was so hesitant. I had a lot of reservations and allowing him to live independently. Pinangunahan ko na agad. Baka ganito yung mangyari, baka hindi niya kaya, baka. And even if to me, no, I can always justify this as me coming from a place of love, this is me being a mom. Pero nalimutan ko na my child is growing up. Na kahit naman mag-grow up siya, kahit na lumabas siya sa pugad ko, mami pa din naman niya ako. But it was a really, to me that was a difficult time. I cried a lot noon na parang feeling ko kasi, nung binigyan ko siya ng independence, parang ang feeling ko sa sarili ko, pinabayaan ko na siya. Ganun ko siya tinitingnan noon. Without me realizing that this is actually the healthiest thing that I did for Miguel was to let him go and for him to really explore his world without the pressure of a box, without the pressures of the family, and to just him, to let him. Kumbaga. And now I talk about it without me really crying or me being emotional. Ilan years na, parang 2-3 years na siyang independent In the first 6 months, my gosh, I really am a helicopter. I hover like crazy na, kamusta ka na, kumain ka na, yung laundry mo, saan sa ground floor, meron siyang tubig, meron yun. Alam mo yun, parang, kahit lagi ko siya justify yung hindi, kasi concern lang ako, etc. Nag-aalala. Pero syempre nga naman, to the receiving party, they don't perceive it as that.
Yeah.
They perceive it as you not trusting them.
Yes.
Which is actually more dangerous. So parang gusto mo nga siyang nasa house mo siya kasi you wanna protect him, pero pinalabas mo nga, pero nandun ka pa din. Dangerous then. So it was, the first 6 months was really, actually hindi 6 months, I'm lying kung sinabi ko 6 months, the first year was so difficult for me. It was so difficult for me na I'm always very anxious, ang dami ko nang naiisip. alam mo yun, hindi, parang gumawa na ako ng problema, wala pa naman yung problema na yun. That's how I tortured myself. Until there was an incident that I think Miguel really came to a saturation point na he's had enough. No, na nag-ask talaga siya na he wants to really disconnect muna. Disconnect
It
from...
must have been very painful for you though.
Oh my gosh, it
Diba?
was. Up until now, it still is. Pero iniba ko na nga yung thinking ko din. So parang for him to ask to disconnect from the family, including me, parang mas mali pa tuloy ngayon because I want to exercise control. I pushed him to his limits na kasi nga parang when you're really a very anxious person, hindi mo kaya yung multiple pressures coming from, it's firing from all angles. How do you manage? You have an anxious mind and you have pressures from your mom, pressure from your family, pressure from your friends. Hindi mo na kaya. So talagang, ikaw na tao, dadating ka talaga sa point na, no, I wanna disconnect from everybody. Just let me be. And to me, if to you, yung awakening moment mo happened to you, that was an awakening moment for me. It was even harder for me kasi ako yung talagang struggling to reach out, struggling to communicate, struggling for him to communicate ba. Talagang, alam mo yun, gusto ko mag-abang talaga dun sa ground floor ng condo. Just, kahit hindi ko siya makita, pero kahit hindi niya ako makita, pero makita ko ba siya? Yun gano'n, pero hindi, pero talagang doon ako talagang dasal ako ng dasal na, parang dasal ako ng dasal na, sabi ko, Lord, I know you're teaching me something, I know He too is teaching me something, sana maging accepting ako na matutunan ko. Kasi kung magre-resist pa ako, it's gonna be dangerous for him, dangerous for me.
And your relationship.
Exactly. Tapos alam mo, I don't know what happened when basta lagi lang ako nagdadasal. Lagi ko lang iniisip that, I raised him well. He's gonna be fine. And until, at naman kasi you went about your day pa din na tinatry mo naman hindi na isipin yun. Until you sort of come to terms na this is my reality now.
Yeah.
And then
It's a grown man.
exactly, and then when he started to reach out again, alam mo, it's the healthiest I have seen him.
And more, TJ, I have to commend also Miguel because he was honest.
Yeah.
Kasi it took him a lot of courage to say that, Mom, I want to disconnect for now. It was not really because of all of you. It was more for him.
That's
And
cool.
I honor also that you allowed, even if so for you.
Oh, nag-stalker muna ako for yung pala yung pakiramdam nun yung pala yung pakiramdam nun and you're right, no? He's commendable he's always been very brave naman Mom, I need help, I need to ganyan. I wanted this, he's yun nga na ikaw na parent, ang hirap tanggapin nun when your child is too honest to ask these things from you kasi nga parang na-expectation ko baby natin sila forever. That tayo lagi. Yung sabi mo nga na we're always going to be the person who's going to solve their problems. Parang walang iba. Na tayo yung magdadala and ito yung control na sinasabi ko nga kanina, no? We want control kasi doon natin nararamdaman yung value natin without us realizing because of that obsession with control, doon din nawawala yung value natin.
Yeah.
We push people to their limits that they wanna disconnect. When I finally come to terms with, ito na, this is my reality, I have to trust him. That this is healthy for him. I gotta admit, unti lang ginaan ng pakiramdam ko. Kasi syempre nag-aalala ka pa din. Pero nung nakita ko siya, it was the healthiest I have seen him. Na parang na-proud ka na lang na, buti tinigil ako na pagiging stalker ko. Pero naging healthy tuloy siya. I can't say that the relationship has changed or if it is healthier, pero sa akin nga kasi, ang goal ko is to make sure that, yung quality of life niya, to preserve his life, and importante sa akin na healthy siya. Ito yung part na, you can love naman from a distance Na hindi naman dapat na yung love mo is yung ever-present na gusto na nilang kumawala.
Yeah. Physically present.
Oo.
Kasi I think at the end of the day, we will always be a part of their lives.
Yeah.
Pero iba kasi yung pag you're smothering them already.
Right.
Ah.
Pero I can't say that, I'm doing a very good job at it. Kasi nga nangyayari. So, kung hindi ko siya tinetext, ano mga kaibigan niya tinetext ko? Doon ka naman nag-stalker. Hindi parang hindi mo talaga mawala na. Parang at least ba may
You know what's going on.
Oo,
At
parang.
least, you never, for me naman, it's just a reassurance for yourself.
Yeah,
Oo.
parang may
Kailangan mo
Yeah.
din yun. But you have to honor it. Okay lang yun. Kasi
Oo.
kailangan mo yun to appease yourself.
Mami ka rin kasi.
Pero dami kasi alam mo, hindi talaga ako mapakali. Parang dapat morning may text ako, afternoon meron din, gabi meron din. Parang doon ko lang masasatisfy yung sarili ko na I'm doing a good job. Then, kahit na pinalaya ko siya. Pero ngayon talagang it's still as hard na hindi ka makarinig, na hindi na everyday yung call and text and whatnot. Pagka dumarating ako sa point na gano'n, na parang I want to hear something, doon na nga lang sa mga kaibigan.
Balita.
Oo, kahit isa lang sumagot sa kanila. Okay lang, pero syempre baka mamaya sila naman yung mas-actually.
Oo.
So parang yun sa akin na magkaroon lang ako ng assurance that everything is okay. Kahit na walang news, sabi nga nila, no news is good news. Okay na ako. And I think slowly nga, it still is a process for me. I don't know if I'm doing a good job at it. But I think I'm doing a lot better compared to when I first let him go.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung part na I let him, pero I let me also.
Yeah.
But yung let me part ko, ang tagal.
It's okay. It's a process.
It took me,
Yeah. Supposedly, siguro, I thought I will not cry. So parang hindi na kasi ako nag-cry of hurt. It was just a part of me. Kasi minsan kaya ko nag-kwento na. But, it was, I'm crying because of yung fulfillment for myself. I'm happy.
Baka yung crying natin is because we're proud of ourselves.
Yeah, I'm actually.
Yeah, and probably, to answer your question, sabi mo, you don't know if you're doing a good job. And I'm guessing it's about being a mom, Being a parent never came with a manual.
That's true.
Right? But seeing how Miguel has grown, has matured, and now is, independent,
Yeah.
then the answer is yes. You did a great job and you're still doing a great job.
Pero, text ko pa yung mga friends niya.
Oo, sige lang. Pang peace of mind mo yan.
Oo, kahit pa isa lang.
Diba?
Kahit pa isa lang.
Oo.
Just kidding. But,
Yeah.
ang hirap talaga na parang sana our kids, pag ipinanganak natin, they already comes with a manual.
Mm.
No, para alam mo kung ano nang gagawin mo. Kung hanggang saan ka lang para ikaw mag-operate, and then you allow them to take over.
Natatawa ako. So, di ba parang dapat ako pala ay parang second mom. Kaya pala din yung
Eh, ate.
ate. Kaya pakialam nila. Yeah. She's we're okay naman, but I have to let her go.
TRG, was it hard to, ganun ka rin ba? Pakialamar with your kids, was it hard to let go of them?
Yes. Plain and simple. Yes.
Point blank, yes.
Yeah. So, the older I got, so this started probably 10 years ago. Kasi, the first child, Crystal, who left the nest, she left 2020. And then the two younger ones followed in 2022. Now, prior to that, when they were already thinking of studying abroad and then obviously living abroad na yun, nandun yung hesitation ko at first no, na lalayo sila, physically they'll be so far away from me, kaya nila. There will always be those doubts, no? Kaya nila and everything. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko, I think I needed the distance more than they did. Kasi helicopter mom din ako. Alam mo, there was one time na, they were all grown up na. So teenagers and my two eldest were in their 20s na. So, during Saturdays and Sundays, they would come out of their room really late, no? Ako naman, parang pag may isang lumabas, nakakaranta na ako kasi that's when I will start fixing them, whether it's breakfast or lunch, no? Sinabihan ako ng anak kong lalaki nung minsan. Sabi ko, wait lang, Joshua, let me finish this email lang, then I'll fix you breakfast. What do you want to eat? Mom, we're all old enough to take care of ourselves. You don't need to. I'll fix breakfast. So, starting that time on, whether Saturday or Sunday, basta may isang araw sa weekend, siya yung nagluluto for all of us. Either magfa-fried rice siya, sunny side up, corned beef, or gagawa siya ng pancakes, or French toast, no? Pero siya yung naghahanda ng breakfast. So, yung realization na sandali, oo nga pala. I taught them to be independent. So, why am I still hovering over them? Kaso lang, it's so difficult to control the urge to to want to take care of them.
Right.
So, I needed the distance.
Right.
Kaya nung humingi sila, sabi ko, okay, go. No? Pero huwag naman sobrang malayo. At first, sabi ko, Singapore na lang, kasi 2 hours flight lang. No? Singapore, ayaw nila. So, si Crystal wanted to go to Australia. So, nung pinag-aralan ko, okay, 8 hours straight flight, okay na yan. Yung dalawang bunso, when they were deciding, they wanted to go to Canada. They wanted to study in Toronto. Double the airfare, double the travel time. Tapos, ang hirap kasi if I want to spend Christmas with them, that's negative. Yung temperature doon, ang lamig, no? So, I kind of talked them out of it. Sabi ko, ang ate ninyo nasa Australia na, we'll be moving from Sydney to Melbourne. Mag-Melbourne na lang kayo. They both agree na. So, okay na. Now that the 3 of them are there, and then si panganay, she's 30 na, she's also, although she still lives in the condo with me, pero she has her own life na, no? Ang realization naman ngayon is, okay, I have to learn to set my boundaries so that I do not overstep. Hindi yung boundaries na they have to follow. Boundaries that I have to follow. Because kilala ko sarili ko. Hanggang ngayon, helicopter mom pa rin ako. Kasi whenever I visit them, and the 2 younger kids enjoy it naman. Kasi I stay with the bunso, Jen, more often. So, nandun na yun. Maglilinis na ako, mag-general cleaning ako yung naglalaba, magluluto ako yung nag-grocery. She enjoys it, no? And then my son would come over, may niluto ako, it's a big batch, bring some food home, tapos come on, let's have lunch here, or have dinner here, sa bahay ni Jem. So they like it. And it happens only twice a year. No? So, controlled na yun para sa akin. No? Kasi, again, as I grow older, I realize what I value the most. Relationships. Kaya yung mga medyo, I don't want you to be in my inner circle kasi hindi tayo aligned when it comes to values and principles. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to work ethics. Maraming bagay na pag pinag-uusapan natin, instead of respecting each other's differences, views, nagbabanggaan tayo. Labas na kita sa inner circle ko. Kasi itong inner circle ko, I value I take care of the relationship. No? Siyempre, at the center of it are my children. Diba? Kasi hanggat sa dulo ng buhay ko, mami pa rin ako nila. Right? Gusto ko talagang, I want to continue to experience what I'm experiencing now, which is, they still want me in their lives. Even though they are already independent, even though they're young adults, it's still, Mami, kailan ka pupunta dito? No? Mami, pagpunta mo dito, kaninong bahay ka muna titira? Diba?
Excited sila.
Oo!
Ayaw ko dito
Nandito ka na naman, Mami. Mami, pag pumunta ka dito,
2 days
book ka
na lang.
Or book ka na lang ng B&B or ng hotel lang.
Ibig
Walang
sabihin,
ganun.
di ba?
They still want me in their lives, and I want that.
Mm.
And if it means keeping the distance,
Yeah. So the
Loving-
devil is you.
yeah, di ba, sabi mo, loving from a distance, no? I heard that from somebody din, from a speaker, no? Loving them from a distance, because that will create an even more beautiful relationship for us.
Ayun. Hindi babait na. Hindi ako mag-text na. I'll put my phone down early na.
Ako naman, in terms dun sa sinasabi na you have to trust them. Because kids are different right now.
Yeah.
So they are so different. So what me and Harry do sa mga bata is we give the rules and we trust them that they will follow the rules. And because of the trust that we give them, we know that they will not go astray. So sabi ko, may mga, I understand teacher because I know I have a friend na as much as parang gusto niyang ano yun, parang
I-shield.
i-shield yung ang layo daw, baka mahirapan, ano na yung pagbabiyahe, kawawa, susunduin. Sabi ko, you have to let them know. Sabi ko, and trust that whatever values that you taught your kids, yun yung igagawin nila.
Yes.
Kasi, sabi ko, we cannot protect them from all the things. They have, parang minsan sasabi ko, they have to experience. You know, me and my mom, hindi kami masyado, not every time na wisdom yung words of wisdom yung sinasabi na. Minsan nawawala. But you know, pag nag-words of wisdom siya, doon mo siya ma-appreciate. There was a time when I was in college na bad experience. Parang pwede umuwi na lang ako para wag na lang kong ma-experience yung uwi ka na lang para safe ka. And then what she said to me was, pwede na kitang pauwiin. Kaya lang yung matututunan mo dito, hindi ko yun kaya ituro sa'yo. Parang ang magagawa ko lang is to pray and hope na walang mangyaring masama, put you in a different safe environment, and then let life teach you what life has to teach you. Ganun yung, tapos sabi ng mom ko that time in college kasi ako, anak, hindi kita magpapapaya, I don't know who your friends are, but you have to take care of yourself, know who you are with. So, para diba, you know how to face the world. And with that independence and with that trust, ako yung mabait na anak na, dapat pumunta dyan, baka ano nangyari sa akin, sino siguro mga kasama. So, I protected myself because I know I don't, nandun ako sa space na I don't want to break my parents' trust with me. So, yun yung kailangan ko ituro sa mga anak ko. I have to let them be. So that, diba, in that sense, may accountability sila sa sarili nila na ako may trust sila, mami, hindi ko pwedeng gawin. You know, you have to teach them to be out there, to experience it.
We can't be with them forever.
Yeah. And then sabi nga, parang, syempre, sinasabi nila, nung modern day, na parang masyadong pinapamper. So, as much as I want my kids to be pampered, we give everything that yung kaya namin ibigay. So, you have to let them know ano lang yung pwede, ano lang yung hindi. Kasi, I remember when I was working, parang binibigay ako ng wala namang occasion, binibilang ko sila sa everything. Tapos, alam mo yun, parang nag-build sa kanya, kahit wala namang ano pwedeng humingi. So you have to say, this is for, dapat meron kang ano. Parang hindi free for all. You have to earn it. You have to, kasi nakita ko na yun, you have to work for it. Kasi nakita ko na yung impact na if you give it freely, akala nila, kaya basta mo lang ibigay. But if they deserve it, iba din yung effect. Kasi mag-iiba sila ng wait time na dumating nilo kasi sa kanila. So mag-iiba din sila. Kaya talaga ako pang dumating kapatid, magkakaiba talaga. Kasi at a certain season in our lives, dun sila dumating. So iba yung parenting at that time, iba yung treatment at that time. Because hindi same season.
If I may share now, I think one of the most reassuring things that I received, like, this came from a very close friend of mine. Sabi niya, hayaan mo na siya. In reference mo, hayaan mo na siya. babalik pa rin naman siya sa'yo kasi ikaw yung pamilya niya.
It will always.
So parang yun na lang yung every time talaga meron akong urge na mag-stop, mag-antay. Alam mo yung parang, hindi. The more I let him, the more he will find his way back to me. Kasi di ba yung pag kinakapitan mo, hindi ko maalpas talaga eh.
Lalong nagsistruggle
Oo,
to let go, struggle to release from a certain bond.
Yeah.
And then, because the bond was very uncomfortable, nalayo siya.
Ayun eh. It still is an everyday, parang everyday I'm trying to relearn it eh. Hindi ko nga pa rin siya magawa consistently na wala yun. Hindi ko masasabing wala na yung urge na yun na to hover, to be a helicopter mom. Nandun pa rin siya eh. But I think I'm really doing a good job, a lot better job than compared to, you know, how I was like 2 years ago. Ang hirap talaga na. But anyway, I think we all did. We are all doing a good job with managing, you know, our relationships. Which I think this book really is about that thing.
Yeah.
Now, when you let them and you let me, it's not only you protecting your peace, but also protecting the peace of those around you.
Yeah, in the relationship.
Right.
Well, and so that ends another discussion, another book, another sharing of life experiences among friends. Sisters, if I may.
Sisters.
Maraming salamat sa mga nakinig sa amin. And if you are an alumni of the WMC, one of the courses, please reach out to us. Whether hindi kailangan sisters lang, pwede naman ang mga lalaking member. Again, calling out to Kaloy, we miss you.
Kaloy.
Oo. Please reach out to any one of us if you would like to join the WMC Book Club. And we would like to leave you with a final quote from Mel Robbins. The price of evolution is the judgment of those who don't understand your transformation. And that's okay. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you very much, everybody. See you on the next book club. Bye!